Welcome to Sold Out Sports Talk. Back. It's like a going home week. I just got off the phone with my favorite coach, Coach Dick Vermeil, your favorite coach, Vince Papale, with us, the Invincible. Vince, whenever I get to see you face to face, it's a treat, brother.
Thank you. So it's great to be down here with you. I remember you was like this, and look at you now. You're just a big dog, right?
I've known this guy since I was like 16.
The real RG3 right here, baby.
Well, I tell you, isn't it great that the Eagles are in it? It's always
how
great.
exciting. What is Coach Vermeil's reaction?
He's excited because, he was saying that he lives in the community, and when you live in the community and you know the Eagle fans and you know the voracious fans that they are, that he was just excited for Coach Peterson. And he said that that he just was really impressed with what they've done this year, and they just have to handle that mystique of the Patriots.
One of the great things that Coach Vermeil did is when Dick knows that Doug and Janet and I were real good friends, and his wife Jeannie, because Janet actually she became a realtor when he came in Philly in '99, right? So we've been buds ever since, and Coach knows our relationship. And so when Doug got the job, Coach said, why don't you just ask Doug to come over to our house, my house, his little 110-acre log cabin that he has out there, 100,000 square feet, whatever, and he was going to do a cookout. And he just wanted to just talk to Doug, and now he loves him so much. I mean, he really cares for him, not only as a coach, but as a person, and making sure that he understands all the demands he's going to get from Philadelphia, from the press. And it's so funny because he'll be calling me during the week, or he'll be calling my wife Janet during the week. So I'm so nervous about this game. I don't want to rattle Doug, but I'm so nervous about this game. I want him to win so bad. I think he's his biggest fan. And it's just a tribute to Coach Vermeil. That's just why we love him so much.
Vince Papale is here with us on Sold Out Sports Talk. And Vince, we covered the Eagles Monday night, covered them yesterday. Had a long talk with Frank Reich, the offense coordinator, who we know very well, and Coach Peterson. And one of the things that really stuck out right away was this team has incredible unity.
I can't believe you just said that word.
Yeah,
that's what I had in my head.
But when you can tell, because Coach sets the tone, he's so relaxed. They're having so much fun, and you know what having fun is. I told somebody the other day about what you used to wear under your jersey, right? Who's nuts?
Who's nuts?
For the Eagles. But this team is having fun, and when you're having fun and winning, there's nothing more fun, right?
Well, you can have fun, but you also have to have a purpose and a focus, and that's the great thing about Doug. He's keep them focused, and he allows them to be men, he allows them to be individuals, but they all understand the team concept. And they all go with that theory. There's some buzzwords that work throughout. That when Doug gave his first speech to the team, and he said he just focused around one word, and it was hustle. And he said it takes no talent to hustle. And he demands that of them all the time. It's always hustle. It takes no talent to be on time, to be coachable, to have a good attitude, all those kinds of things. And this is what he's instilling in this team, and they're buying into it. And winning certainly helps buying into it. But I think it was that belief and that philosophy that he had that helped them win, and it just further reinforces all those things that he's trying to impart on these guys.
The other thing
it's
I was
really great to watch.
Really impressed by was the young guys. I talked to Nick Foles, and this guy, very impressive young man. I mean, not just as a football player, but what he's been through, the way he's handled it. He's a strong Christian young man.
Like you,
has
so
a
you
foundation.
Understand that, sure.
So we got along on that well. But I was very, this. I mean, whenever you have adversity, that really brings, to the surface who you are. And it sounds like for him that being out of football for that short period of time really refocused him and really, really had him be appreciative of, how it is. These guys today, they're being recruited when they're junior high students.
Right.
But the bottom line is, being appreciative and knowing that you love the game as much as he really realized how much he loves the game.
And he's just so relaxed, and a lot of it is just because of his belief, but his confidence, and he trusts Doug and he trusts Carson. And you see the three of them. You see Frank Reich, when he comes off the field, there's a three. It's like the trifecta there. He's got some great eyes and ears off the field as well, when he comes off and goes to the sideline after the plays. But, Nick's been around Doug forever. And he trusts him, and Doug has that trust for Nick. And it was sort of funny because Nick wasn't part of the formula, as we know, early on in the season. And I was on one of those sports panels, in the preseason, and they were talking about the backup quarterback and who was going to do what and whatever. And I said, you know what, because I sort of knew how sort of some inside stuff, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Foles became a Philadelphia Eagle again. They all started laughing. Well, who would believe it? That he's not only the starting quarterback. I just saw right up there, he's got a 117 passing rating, which is the best rating ever in the playoffs, and since 1970, even more so than Tom Brady. And our defense, which is going to be, that's the real test is going to be defense. They have 7 guys with more than 20 hurries each. That's 20 hurries, and that's also tops in the NFL. And if you ask what one of the keys to the game is, just putting constant pressure on Brady and just keep pounding him. Soften him up a little bit.
Vince Papale's here, and of course everybody knows about the movie Invincible, but I'm so proud of you about Vince is that you've taken that Invincible tag and you've turned it into something special for other people, which is books, speaking, youth, opportunities to preach that message about invincibility. Tell me about Invincible and what that means to people out there and how you're using that to help others.
Well, more than anything, it's about the dream, and having that dream. But, with the dream, there's a price to be paid. And if you're not willing to pay the price, it's never going to happen. And a lot of it, of course, is the hustle and all those things that you put into it. You talk about opportunity. I got that opportunity from Dick Vermeil, and that's why I love him so much. I mean, how many people would get what I got, from him? I was 30 years old, didn't play college football, never been done before, and I get the shot. And I'll tell you, your dad was one of the key guys because we struck up such a great relationship. In the 3 months prior to the training camp, your dad was always down there throwing balls, and he just kept throwing to me, and we started to develop a little bit of a rapport. And so we get into training camp, and there's your dad, man. He was firing at me the whole time. And he throws such a great catchable ball. I mean, they were impossible to drop. And he was a major part of me there and giving me the confidence that I could play because I looked up to him so much because of his career there with the Rams. And I'm saying, wow, I'm here training with Roman Gabriel, and he says, I got what it takes to play in the NFL, So a lot of things came to play. But, the movie now, which is so great, Roman, it sort of enables me to have my platform and be the disciple for that impossibility kind of a thing, showing that it is possible. And it's a great vehicle to do it, and it's really one of the vehicles, with the book here. Yeah, The Last Laugh, Vision to Victory. Right now behind me is my teammate, roommate, Dennis Franks.
Right here, Dennis Franks,
right there.
I love him. And, Philadelphia Eagle linebacker.
And a long snapper, and in the movie, he's the center that doesn't like anybody, that snaps me and throws me on the ground and says, you got to read the knuckles. And there it is for all to see.
So tell me, Vision to Victory, what's this book about?
Well, basically what it is, it's a way to show people to get to the next level, to realize their full potential, And there's Dick Vermeil, you just had as a guest, he said potential is the greatest waste there is out there. So we came up with the code, it's the Victor's Code, 7 V's, starting with with vision and ending with victory. And how we lived our lives through that code. And then we have 12 Hall of Famers, including Dick Vermeil, and Jim Harbaugh, and Heather Mitz, and an array of very well-known people from different diverse backgrounds, and
so this is for everybody,
and it's for everybody, and they're telling us, and they're telling the people how they can live their lives through that code, the Victor's Code. So we put it together. I'm real excited about it. It comes out for general release March 5th, but right now we have a Super Bowl special for you. Just go to shop.com. And you go to shop.com, that landing page, you'll see this book, The Last Laugh, Vision to Victory, and real excited about it. So we're going from here down to Miami and launch it in front of a 25,000 people convention that Dennis is associated with, marketabaricanshop.com. Then we're coming back to Minnesota and watch our Eagles take on the Patriots.
The Invincible Vince Papale's here on Sold Out Sports Talk. Okay, there's no way that I can get away from this interview without asking you this. Young Vinny, man. Wide receiver.
Yeah, wide receiver.
Tell me about what's going on with him.
Well, I'm very proud of both Vinny and my daughter, Gabriel, a Syracuse grad, now working with the 76ers. And Vinny is proud to say that he's an honor student. That's number one at the University of Delaware, and he's also.
He didn't get that from you, right?
No, he didn't get. He got it from the mom's genes, right? And of course, we got that going. But he's a pretty good wide receiver, and he was told he actually has the highest catching efficiency on the team.
Wow.
Yeah, and real excited about next year. We got a new coach, Danny Rocco, came real close this year to the playoffs, just one touchdown away. We'll be in the playoffs and vying for the. For the championship in the Colonial League. So, but Vinny's got it all, and he's doing everything he can, working hard, coming off an ACL, MCL, and Jason Kelsey was his mentor going through that too. Helped him out an awful lot. So, real excited about Vinny, and it's sort of fun to see your little boy out there on the football field.
A lot of people don't know this about you, that you had a battle with cancer.
Yeah.
Real serious
Yeah,
battle with
yeah,
it. Well, the bottom line, though, is you're at least able to appreciate what it's like to have your life turned upside down
Yeah.
and what you have to do to get it back in order. How's that helped you, Vince, in terms of your life?
Well, certainly it's helped me in terms of maintaining and my life longevity because I'm a better eater and I'm exercising better. My wife says you're not going to have this happen again. You're going to constantly get screened, and I'm a spokesperson for doing a lot of that screening. But, it was one of those things that happened almost 17 years ago. I found out I had colon cancer. We took care of it. I was really lucky that I didn't have chemo radiation. The surgery was done basically laparoscopically or like an arthroscopic surgery on your knee. They ripped 18 inches of my colon out through my belly button. And for 3 days I was out of the hospital working out again, and now, and that's where the book helps, the movie helps, and it gives me an opportunity to get out and using Invincible as the platform for colon cancer and rectal awareness.
So I always wonder, what's your relationship with Mark Wahlberg?
Tremendous. We were talking on the phone just last week, actually. I text him all kinds of stuff, pictures of the kids because we're pretty close. And they got back to me and said, hey, that's really cool, give me a call. And I called him. Here he was in Colombia and in South America, filming a new film. And I asked him if he was coming to the game. And he has a shooting schedule that they're trying to change. And I said, if you come, you better be wearing that 83, baby. So there's a lot of stuff out there on social media. If you Google up Papali Wahlberg right now, there's a lot of fun stuff about, who's he going to root for and all that. But Mark and I are great friends. He did a terrific job. I'm so proud to say that Mark Wahlberg played me in Invincible. So very cool.
Vince Papali, I could talk to this guy forever, my buddy.
Thanks, man.